and welcome to Come Vibe With Me. I'm just Jules, your host, and today we have got the lovely Leona here in the house. Don't get too excited. Okay. No, we've got Leona in the house, and I am so excited today. Leona and I have been friends for a while now, and I just couldn't wait to get Leona on today's show. So, Leona, introduce yourself, tell the people what it is you do and why you're here.
Okay, so thank you for having me, Jules. I'm Lionne Whitfield, and I'm the founder of the Luxury Couture Wardrobe and Ace to Employment.
Okay. On that note, let's have a cheers, girl.
Cheers.
To us. Okay. You like it?
Whoa!
I think it's a bit earthy, actually.
It's nice.
Really?
Tell me what's in it.
What can you taste?
Oh, well, the colour gives it away. Beetroot.
Okay. The colour didn't give it away. You saw me making it, so I don't know where you're going with that. Okay, but anyway, okay, beetroot, yes.
Strawberries.
Yeah, there's strawberries in there, which you saw. Go on. But there's an ingredient in there that I want to see if you can taste.
Oh. There's a slight tang. Apple. Yeah.
Okay, so there's turmeric in there. I don't know. Do you use turmeric?
I do. It's so good for you.
Absolutely. So I can put the real deal in there and ginger.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's got to be either Jamaican ginger or Ghanaian ginger.
Okay, what's the difference?
I have got a thing about the ginger that we buy in the stores.
Yes.
Yeah, for me, it's just a little bit lackluster. And sometimes the fact that they're all the same shape, I just wonder. I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
I'm just finding that the food that we're buying today is so linear. It all looks the same.
Yes.
So I'm wondering how it's grown. Is it grown in the earth or is it grown in a lab?
Well,
Yeah?
I think we can leave that for another day.
Cool.
That's another conversation.
Cheers again.
Cheers,
yeah,
you dears.
to us.
To us.
So let's get into this, all right? You know, I've been dying to get you on this show and just kind of find out where you're at and where you're on and where you're going to. And one of the first things I want to ask you about actually is about Leona, who you are and what defines you as Leona, and a normal day in the life of Leona. What's that about?
Oh my gosh. There is no normal day. Every day is different.
Okay.
So, as I mentioned, I'm the founder of the Luxury Couture Wardrobe, which is a luxury fashion concierge business. I specialise in styling, personal shopping, sourcing, and I have an online boutique.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, that sounds like a dream job.
It's...
You are sourcing, you are...
Personal shopping. I have clients in Dubai, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, America, and they will send me their fashion wish list and say, can you find it? Can you buy it for me? And that's what I do.
Okay, so how did you fall into this, Leona? Because it just sounds like a dream job.
It really is, Juliet, it really is. So I've always been interested in fashion. When I left school, I went to the London College of Fashion and studied fashion and beauty communications. That was a BTEC level 1, and I covered everything to do with the fashion industry, from hair and makeup, modelling, design, marketing. And that gave me like an insight of the fashion industry. When I left, I went into fashion PR. So I worked as a PR assistant for 5 years. It was my responsibility to speak to the press, organise the showroom.
How old are you at this time?
I was 17.
And you just mentioned a load of responsibilities. I mean, were you confident at the time, or were you nervous, or...?
Do you know what? I was always a shy child.
Okay.
But I knew what I wanted to do. I loved fashion. So I remember when I was in year 9 or 10, you know, when you get work experience, I knew I wanted to do something in fashion, maybe retail. And my careers advisor was like, oh, we've got a position at Mark 1 in the Arndale Centre. I was like, the Arndale Centre? Are you for real? No. So
Where was the Arndale Centre?
Oh, in Wandsworth.
Okay.
So anyone who knows Wandsworth knows the Arndale Centre. It's now called Southside. And I was just like, no. So I wrote my CV and I went on a retail walk to Knightsbridge, and I went to all of the retail stores, the boutiques, and handed out my CV. And I got a position in Miss Selfridge. So every day I would commute to Knightsbridge at like 14, 15.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit envious. I mean, because like you, I really have a passion for fashion, and that was something that I thought I'd end up being involved in.
Yes.
So hearing your pathway and all the opportunities that you had, I'm a little bit green. You know what I mean? A little bit envious, but do you know what I mean? Keep going, keep going. I'm loving what I'm hearing.
I did 2 weeks work experience, and then when I finished my GCSEs, Harvey Nichols called me. It was one of the
These big names you keep mentioning.
one of the stores that I had handed my CV to when I was doing work experience.
Like you do.
As you do, you know. Contacted me and offered me a position. At 16, I was working for Max & Co., which is part of the Max Mara group, and I was on £8.50 an hour at 16, and that is like 30 odd years ago.
Let me ask you something. How did your friends relate to you in respect of the opportunity? Did they see it for what it was, or were they?
I think so, no, because I had friends who were working, whether it was like in a cafe or bakeries, but it was what they wanted to do. So we were all kind of doing what we wanted to do.
Okay,
so,
okay. So carry on, you were saying?
So I was working in Harvey Nichols, as a sales associate, and I just loved it. And then fast forward, I went to, obviously, London College of Fashion, worked in PR, so I did that for 5 years. And then I kind of fell out of love with fashion. I found that the industry was really fickle. It was all based on kind of looks and appearance. And I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I remember seeing an advertisement in the Evening Standard, and it said, do you want to earn £250,000 a year? I was like, come on, bring it on.
£250,000 a year.
So I applied.
As you do.
As you do. Now I'm in Portugal selling timeshare.
How old are you now?
So at this point I was about 21. Yeah.
Okay.
Selling timeshare. I didn't know anything about timeshare.
What's timeshare? Remind everybody, just in case.
I was responsible for showing tourists around the hotel.
Okay.
And then would do a sales pitch to get them to part with their money so they could buy a share in the hotel. I hated it. I didn't get paid at all. I didn't get paid £250,000. I didn't get paid at all. So, yeah.
But you've had super exposure, and you can see how your confidence would have grown just by default because of the circumstance that you were in.
Yes.
The thing I'm wondering about, you're black and you're beautiful, and I'm just wondering, for all the opportunities that you were, I don't know, that you actually experienced, what was it like being black and beautiful in those circumstances? How were you received?
Do you know what? I didn't experience any racism.
Okay.
No, I don't recall experiencing any racism. However, there's been times when I've maybe made an application over the phone and I've spoken to the recruiter, and when they speak to me or when they hear my voice and hear my name, they don't necessarily know that I'm black. So then when I go and they're like, so prior to me actually meeting them on the phone, they're like, yeah, we love you. When can you start? And then I meet them and they're like, oh,
okay.
You're Leone. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to interview a few more people. We'll get back to you. Yeah, so I've experienced that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting, because as I said, you know, you're talking about a couple of years back and working in these industries, these highfalutin industries, and the fact that you were embraced or welcomed is a good thing. I don't know, is the industry standard, is it pretty much the same now in respect of, in your opinion, basically?
I'm not sure if it's a race thing or class, but there's times when I go into boutiques and I will ask them for a particular item, and they're like, no, we don't have it. We don't have it at all. And I will say, oh, but I spoke to X, and they said it's in stock. Oh, okay, let me just check in the back. And then miraculously, they'll bring out an item. But I'm not sure if it's race or if it's class, or they know who they want to sell to.
Interesting. But Leonie, I mean, listening to your journey in respect of LCW, I know you wear another hat.
I do.
And it's in respect of
Careers? That's correct.
Talk to me a little bit about that.
I think anybody who knows me would think, you're a careers advisor. Well, so anybody who doesn't know me, would think, you're a careers advisor. But people who know me would understand. I have a love for helping people, not just in their careers, but to just uplift them. So go back to when I left PR, I went to sell timeshare. And then after 3 months in Portugal, I thought, actually, this isn't right for me. So I went back to the London College of Fashion and studied fashion management at degree level.
Okay.
And that covered economics, quantitative methods, HR, Italian. So the business behind fashion.
Wow.
And I really enjoyed the HR element. And I thought, this is the direction I want to pursue. And then from that, that's how I kind of fell into careers advice. I worked for Connections in Brixton.
Oh, yeah.
As a PA, I'd go into schools giving careers advice. And then from there, I've worked for various organisations, giving careers guidance and supporting young people and adults on their career journey, providing employability skills, writing CVs, covering letters, acting as, a mentor, coach.
What is the state of careers in this current day and age? I mean, with regards to young people, opportunities, I mean, you and I, we both sort of like have a careers kind of background. And I think what I found is that everybody wants to be their own boss. They all think that, do you know what I mean, being self-employed is the thing to be. And it's probably the get out of jail card. It's the easy way out. But actually, it's probably even harder than...
It's so hard. It's so hard. And I think with shows like Love Island, people see regular people come out of the show and get big contracts. They post on social media and they think that's what I want to do. Or they may want to be a sports player. It doesn't happen to everybody. So yes, in a dream world, that would be ideal. But for like the young people who I work with, I say, take your education seriously. It doesn't matter if you go to college or uni, but, take your education seriously.
Yeah.
And gain the necessary qualifications and skills so that you can navigate through life and, see where.
But the truth is, I mean, a lot of people, even people like me as a parent, you kind of put pressure on your kids to kind of like, know what they want to do and, do this and do that. But there's still a lot of big people still trying to figure it out.
Absolutely.
And they're like 40 plus, they're 50 plus, and they still don't know what they want to do. All they know is that they got to bring some kind of income in, but they don't know what they want to do. So sometimes when you're giving careers advice, I would imagine that parents equally, I know you work with mature people as well, but parents equally want the advice that you're given to young people as well, right?
Definitely. And I think, like my careers advisor at school, she wasn't very good. And people seem to have the same experience. So, and if they're claiming benefits, they're not really giving or receiving quality advice from maybe their work coach from the job centre. So when they meet with me and I'm actually, listening to what they want to do, they find it quite refreshing. And yes, it's great if we're earning a good income, but it's more important that you're enjoying what you do.
Yeah.
And so I always ensure that when I'm working with my clients, I'm helping them find that dream job. And it's not just about the money. Are they going to be satisfied? Are they going to just be happy and look forward to going into work?
Yeah, I mean, I hear that as well. I mean, I think at different points in my own life, depends where I'm at, whether I'm chasing the money, whether I'm chasing, chasing the money, chasing the happiness. It depends. If I'm a parent, then it's about the perks in respect of being able to spend time, the work-life balance.
Absolutely.
So I think it depends on where you are in life and what it is that you're aspiring to achieve later on down the line. So if it's the house and you need to do the grind now to kind of get to that point and you're unhappy for a minute, you can kind of make those sacrifices. Sure. But sometimes, I think you were alluding to it just a short while ago in terms of the celebrity status and the social media and all the rest of it. I'm going to ask you the question about how you define yourself.
In what sense?
In terms of do you describe yourself as Black British? And if so, yes. If so, why? Whatever your answer is. Okay. So do you define yourself as Black British?
Yes.
You do?
Black British via Jamaica and the motherland, of course, Africa.
And why do you say all that you've just said?
So I was born here in London, so was my mum. My dad was born in Jamaica. My grandparents are Jamaican.
Yes.
But obviously our ancestors are from Africa. Okay. So Black British via Jamaica and Africa.
Okay, and what does Black British mean to you?
Don't know.
Black British. I mean, you said you're Black British. You could have said you were Jamaican. I mean, often when I speak to young people and ask them where they're from, they jump maybe 3 generations and say, I'm from where my grandmother's from.
Absolutely.
And they don't want to have that association with being British and the rationale behind or the reason given. They don't feel like they belong.
So my grandparents moved to the UK in the 1960s. You know, I guess had better opportunities, like so many other people from the Caribbean that came over to the UK. And so leaving their family behind, making sacrifices to come to the UK and create better opportunities. And I guess that's helped me to where I am today, you know, so I don't take that for granted. Okay. I've only been to Jamaica once.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What's that about?
I know.
Okay,
I know.
Anyway, go on.
I've only been to Jamaica once.
How old were you when you went to Jamaica?
Oh, I was 17.
Okay, so it's been in your conscious, because sometimes people say, I've been to Jamaica once, and they were 2, and I'm like, that don't count.
No.
That don't count. Do you know what I'm saying? But going on.
I loved it, and I'm somebody who enjoys travelling.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people who always goes to, you know, there's some people who always go to the Caribbean every year. But I like to go around the globe. Okay. Yeah, but I'm due a visit.
Where else have you been around the globe?
Oh,
do we need more than 10 fingers?
We do.
Come, let's go.
Okay, so I've lived in Japan.
Okay, and go ahead. Japan,
So I lived in Japan for 6 months. I've been to, and then from there I went travelling to Thailand, Malaysia, Australia, Vietnam, Cambodia, Indonesia.
This girl is deep. Okay, go on.
I've lived in Portugal, as I mentioned, selling timeshare, Italy, Spain, Ghana. Okay. Egypt. Okay. I've run out of fingers. I've run out of fingers.
Do
you know what, Julia? I love travelling, but since the pandemic, I haven't travelled.
You know what?
I need a holiday.
You know what? I'm with you on that one in terms of the pandemic. When that whole thing hit, I was about... The whole experience of travelling is from when you start packing to when you get on the plane and all the rest of it.
Absolutely.
And I just saw it as an ordeal. And it's taken me a minute to travel. I mean, in the past 4 years, I only just went to St Lucia the other day. I know, I love just
How was it?
Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I think the thing I love about St Lucia is that they are really diverse. I saw lots of fusions. So I saw Nigerian St Lucian, Guyanese St Lucian, Trinidad St Lucian.
Wow.
And I think the thing that I noticed was that when you ask people who looked like they weren't originally from the country, where are you from? They said, the plain face, straight, I'm St Lucian.
Right.
And it wasn't a case of like, where are you really from? You just had to accept what they said is where they're from.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, I know that you've also got more places in the world that you want to visit. You've got Bora Bora, which is mine too.
Really?
Yes.
Let's go together.
Hello. And the other one is what's that? Cayman Islands. It's not Cayman Islands. It's the place in Africa. Oh man, what's it called?
Zanzibar.
No, I'll get there. But where else in the world do you want to go?
Okay, so the Maldives.
Okay.
No,
I can skip that one.
Okay.
Just saying.
Where else? Maldives, Bora Bora.
Why Bora Bora for you? Why Bora Bora for you?
The sea just looks beautiful,
doesn't it?
Crystal clear.
They're just little tiny islands, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing that appeals to me as well.
Yeah, and I love sun. I love the sun, fresh food, having a salt bath in the sea.
You know what? When you say salt bath, that's the other thing that I'm not trying to promote St Lucia. I'm not getting sponsored for this, but St Lucia's got the only driving volcano in the world.
Yes,
the Sulphur Springs in Soufriere.
It's the sand black.
It's black. It's
Yes.
just mud. It's black. It stinks to high heaven.
Yeah.
But literally, you just
Smother your body.
and all that sulfur,
Yes.
and it's just.
And that's why you're glowing. You look lovely. You look so lovely.
Thank you. But yeah, okay. So I know about your travels, and I want to go back to the LCW concept because you mentioned about all the different clients all around the world, and that was really intriguing. I heard you mention Russia and what was the other country?
So my mum used to live in Russia.
Ah, there you go.
Yes.
Okay, your mum lived in Russia. Did you ever go to Russia?
I visited Russia, yes.
Okay.
Do you know what? It's so fascinating. When you listen to the news, media, you imagine a country to be a certain way and the people to be a particular way. And when I arrived in Moscow, I was overwhelmed because everybody was just so warm and friendly. I never thought I would use those words in the same sentence, that the Russians would be warm. But yeah, they were just...
Russians are warm and friendly people.
Really, really, I had the best time.
Okay.
And my mum was there for 2 years, and she said she felt more at home there than she ever has in the UK, where she was raised. Yes.
You know what I love about you and what I'm hearing is how open you are, how just relaxed you are in your own skin. That's what's coming across. Do you know what I mean? And I just listening to what you just said about your mum, I can kind of hear where it's coming from.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So you kind of accept circumstances, people, situations for what they are. You don't have a preconception. Is what I'm getting from you.
Yeah, because my mum had me at 16.
Okay.
And she was a lone parent. And the life we now have created to ourselves, it's just, you know, you wouldn't expect that, you know. And so my upbringing, her support, her guidance, and also seeing her struggles has always been my motivation.
Okay.
And I haven't focused on where I started. It's all, I'm just, you know, enjoying the journey in order to get to my destination. But I think with my upbringing, that's what helps me to empathise with my clients and also show my clients there is light at the end of the tunnel, and I can see and I understand what you're going through, and with my love and support, I will help you get out of your situation.
Yeah. Yes. You mentioned a word there that I want to delve into a little bit. Love.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh. What's love? What does love look like for you? I mean, at the moment.
I feel warm and tingly. I'm very single at the moment.
You're very single.
I'm
Just
very
put it
single.
out there. She's
Just saying,
single.
you know,
Okay, guys.
you know,
Okay.
Anthony Joshua, Idris Elba. Call me, yeah. I've been fortunate to have some really beautiful relationships.
Okay.
They haven't necessarily worked out.
Okay.
But I know what it feels like to be loved.
Okay.
And to love. And I love being in love. I love love. So
is marriage, I mean, in respect, I've jumped straight there into marriage, but not necessarily. I mean, in terms of relationships for the future, what does that look like for you?
I would love to get married.
Okay.
Yeah, and to build with somebody, you know, grow old with somebody who's singing from the same hymn sheet as me, shares the same values, and just being each other's support system and cheering one another on.
So do you think that marriage is a good thing? I mean, because you mentioned that you came from a single parent family, and you believe that marriages or living together, or are they all the same, or is there a difference in your opinion?
Do you know what? There's nobody really in my family who's had a successful marriage.
Okay.
But I have friends who are happily married, and what I see is I want a bit of that. You know, it's so beautiful seeing two people come together and create a happy home, and you know, somebody to travel with would be great.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm married, and I believe in marriage, and you know, most people around me, all my friends and family, they're happily married for many, many, many years. Having said that, I know many people who have been together and are as equally committed to each other and not married.
Absolutely.
And that, and again, is a beautiful thing as well. So,
how long have you been married, Julie?
oh gosh, we've been married 20 years now.
Wow.
I know, 20 years. And how I describe our marriage is that we're really, really good friends.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important.
Definitely.
In terms of having a strong relationship, a foundation. Friendship is really important. I like him as much as I love him. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's an important word. I like him. And he likes me.
Good.
You and I were talking about an assignment that you had. And how the actual day panned out, and I was in stitches actually because you remember, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Just talk us through what happened on the day, how it came about, and what happened, because this is the ups and downs, I suppose, of being in your industry.
Absolutely. So the work that I do as a personal shopper, it comes generally from Instagram or through my SEO on my website. And on one particular occasion, I received a phone call from a luxury hotel, 5-star London hotel, and the team said, we've got a very VIP client coming in for one night, and she needs some items to keep her warm. I asked, what's her budget? They said, don't worry about it, unlimited, it's okay. I was required to buy her boots, scarves, gloves. We went to, I had an assistant on the day.
I hooked you up.
Thank you. She was absolutely amazing.
Networking.
Absolutely. I couldn't have done the day without her, to be honest. She was incredible. But we went to Harrods, Harvey Nichols, Selfridges, all of the shops on Bond Street, Sloane Street, to shop for this lady. We spent probably about 25 grand.
25 grand on boots.
Boots and accessories.
Oh, wow.
Unlimited.
You know what? That is definitely a dream come true. Just spending somebody else's money. Honestly.
Incredible. And although it was an amazing day, what I learned was, yes, here I am always praying and manifesting for, high net worth clients. But this particular person wasn't kind, she wasn't friendly. Her values weren't in line with mine. So I think when people are manifesting, they're really clear of what they want. So for me, yes, I want to attract more high net worth clients, of course. But their values have to be in line with mine.
Okay. Yeah, I hear you 100%.
Absolutely. But we had the most incredible day.
So what happened in the end? Because I mean, you were saying to me, you bought her boots and she was saying actually she wanted men's boots.
So that's right. So we were told she had size either 6, 7 or 8 feet. She was
6, 7 or 8.
So we had to buy boots in size 6, 7 and 8. She had flat feet and wide.
You sound like a Yeti, but anyway, sorry. Moving on.
I was in her suite and I had to put the boots on for her. Literally, I was on my hands and knees, like trying to ram her feet in the boots. And then she said to her assistant, she said to me, weren't you told to buy men's boots? No, I wasn't. She's like, don't worry, you can just go and buy them.
Oh, okay, what time was this?
So we started at about 9 in the morning and we had to present the boots to her at 4 in the afternoon. And she's like, don't worry, you can come back anytime before 1 a.m. So literally we had to pack everything up and then start the assignment again.
Mate, what did I can imagine what you must have been thinking, but what did you actually say to her?
Of course.
Yeah,
absolutely,
no problem.
No problem.
You must have been seething, to say the least.
But, it's my business, so I have to represent my brand.
Absolutely.
And it's not a free service. She's paying.
Of course.
So,
of course.
Whatever you want, I will hop on one foot if necessary.
Coming to America.
Yes, exactly.
I can imagine.
Exactly.
Leonie, what's this stuff here? I mean, this is what I put when I knew that you were coming today.
Yes.
I had to.
So beautiful. I love it.
I had to. This here is called the Vintage Black Glamour book, yeah? I bought this years ago, and it's just my point of reference. I just love fashion, like I said, and every so often I kind of like, see books like this.
Stunning.
Yeah?
Absolute
Isn't
icons.
it gorgeous?
I love
It's
it.
just coffee table delight.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yes.
What have you got over here, babes?
Okay.
Show us.
So when I first started the Luxury Couture Wardrobe, it was solely a website to sell designer items up to 60% off the recommended retail price. And then over 6 months, people were coming to me to ask them to do personal shopping and then styling.
Okay.
So on one particular shoot I was styling for, we had a Somalian pageant model who we were styling for the day. It was on the hottest days of London last year. It was incredible. So Amanda, the photographer, she gave me a brief, and I was responsible for speaking to PR agents to put all of the looks together. Subsequently, we managed to get onto the front cover of Bloom magazine.
This is the model?
This is the model.
Oh, wow.
Who I styled.
You styled all this?
I did, yes.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So it's
Okay.
an Italian magazine. There's some beautiful shots in there, if I do say so myself.
We'll get those actually. We're going to show these. Oh, look at this. Look, guys.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So when you say you styled this in terms of the outfits, the hair, the makeup.
Outfits, so I worked alongside the hairstylist and the makeup artist. And then, we're all on the shoot, vibing.
Am I worthy to be in your presence? Hello, honestly.
Yeah, so
this is amazing, Leonie. Congrats, man.
Thank you. And on that particular day, Amanda said, I think you should consider being in front of the camera rather than behind. And I was like, no, that's not me. And she said, get some professional headshots. I was just like, I'm generally a shy person, so to be
right. We learned this. I don't know how you use the word shy, but anyway, okay.
My personality is to be behind the camera.
I understand that.
That's me. But I thought, you know what? I'm about being outside of my comfort zone and to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So I took heed. I got some professional headshots, and then I got an agent, and then within 4 weeks, I was casted to be in a Boots Christmas ad, which I loved. I really enjoyed it.
Hang tight. You've been in the industry for 4 weeks, and you've got a contract like Boots, just like that.
As an extra, I wasn't a lead, but
but then I can imagine there are people who've been in the industry for a little while now, and they wouldn't get a call in.
Yeah.
Come, girl.
Thank you.
Come, girl. Come.
And then a week after, I was offered another job with KFC as for an advert.
Not as a chicken.
Not as a chicken.
Just checking.
And I said to my mum, depending on how this goes, I will, take it seriously. So maybe job number 13, that's my lucky number, I will consider what that will look like, thinking job number 13 would be in a year's time. And so I started in September, and by Christmas, I had already booked job number 13. Yeah.
Wow.
And then, dun dun dun.
That's not you.
This is definitely not me. The magazine that I was fortunate to get my model featured in used some of my headshots.
Come on, man, you're taking too long now. Is this meant to be like the drum roll?
Yes. I want you to hype me up.
Come on. Let me see. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You know what? I'm not being funny, and this is a compliment.
Go on.
I mean, you look absolutely gorgeous. You look stunning. She looks a bit like Candy Burris here, don't you think? You know Candy Burris from Real Housewives of Atlanta? No? That's what I think. That is absolutely stunning.
Thank
so
you.
Who did the styling for this then?
So I styled myself.
Wow, this is beautiful, Leonie.
These are just my headshots. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, these are beautiful.
Yeah. They asked me to submit a couple of pictures
Leona, these
for
are
the
absolutely
theme, and
stunning.
they ended up using all of my headshots. Yeah.
And what is this?
So it's Bloom magazine.
Okay.
Which is an Italian magazine, and then this is a magazine in LA.
So you kind of played this bit down, because me and you've been talking about, I've never heard any of this before. This is amazing, absolutely
As I
amazing.
said, Julia, I am shy.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's, look at this.
So, yeah, this magazine in LA used
Look
one
at
of my
this.
headshots as well. So
Wow.
when you ask me what a typical day is like, I can't.
There is no such thing as typical day.
No.
You're living your best life, Leonie.
Best moment. There's more to come,
Yeah.
Julia.
No, you're right. Best moment.
Yeah.
You are living a life that a lot of people would envy. I mean, every aspect of what you've described to me today is probably a lifetime's aspiration for one person.
Yeah.
So I just got to give you your flowers, girl.
Thank you. And I think, do you know what? The pandemic was really a sad situation. But for me, that was a pivotal point in my life where I thought, you know what? You have to just seize the moment. Life is so precious. And a lot of the things that I'm doing at the moment were always pipe dreams, or, when I earn enough money or when I'm in a better situation, that's when I will pursue my goals. And I thought, actually, no, just seize the moment.
You know what? I think what you've just said there is so inspirational, because I think people are always trying to make sure everything's perfect.
Yeah.
And, they have dreams and they put them on the back burner, or because, it's that fear of the unknown.
Absolutely.
But all that you're doing, just sort of like, just putting one foot in front of the other, just keep on going. It's admirable.
Thank you.
Really is admirable. And the results that you're yielding are just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm really, really
Thank you.
proud just to know you.
Oh, bless you.
Really proud just to know you, honestly.
Vice
because
versa.
some of the interaction that you and I have had in most recent times, do you get what I mean? It just shows that thing about the value of net worth and all that it brings.
I am absolutely honoured, to be here with you today and for you to invite me. You have really helped my career, my self-employment. I left my permanent job in a local authority, and I took the leap of faith to pursue my own business. And you've been my champion, connecting me with schools that I'm working in today, working with young people. So thank you. I'm really, really grateful for everything.
I think it just goes to show, as I said, the power of our network and our community, because there's many more like us who all have that same passion, that same heart. And, if I win, you win, and vice versa.
100%.
Yeah?
So, yes.
So, Leonie, I'd like to say thank you for coming here today, taking time out of your busy schedule, and all the amazing stuff that you're doing. I hope that you found all that you heard today inspirational, enlightening, uplifting, like I have. And if you like what you see, remember to comment, subscribe, and make sure you share the content, I'm not doing this just for the sake of it, all right? Love and light. Leonie, I'm out of here. Peace and light.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Julie.
Bye, guys. See you later. Hey, we did it.